a preschooler with terminal cancer, helped write his own obituary and requested an unforgettable celebration instead of a funeral. Now the story of his brave, short life lives on in a children's book. 5-year-old Garrett Matthias was diagnosed with a rare form of pediatric cancer in 2017.
He's got rhabdomyosarcoma, which is a sarcoma, a tumor in his temporal bone in his head, and then in his ear, in his inner ear. We've been here for 2 weeks and found that his tumor is treatment resistant, so that means there's nothing else they can do for him. We started a bucket list, and this was one of the things that he wanted to do, was be a boxer when he grew up.
With the help of Title Boxing Club, Garrett became a boxer for a day while he was still in the hospital.
You're just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? So left, boom, right, and 5. There you go.
He showed off his skills to the gathered crowd and even knocked out his grandpa. Though what really wowed everyone was Garrett's inner strength and the courage he showed in the battle he'd already been fighting for 9 months.
He just rolls with it, and he inspires all of us every day. I mean, he's just amazing.
I do want to go home. I just like this. But can I bring this home?
Yes, that's yours forever.
Garrett did return home shortly after that day to live out his last month. But that wasn't the end of Garrett's story. After he passed away in July of 2018, his obituary went viral, capturing national attention for its uniqueness and the heart-wrenching story it conveyed.
It was really important for us that his obituary let everybody know who Garrett was.
It included thoughts that could only come from a spunky 5-year-old, like the affirmation that he would become a gorilla after he died, and that he wished to be cremated like when Thor's mommy died. He also had some ideas for his funeral, specifically requesting 5 bouncy houses, snow cones, and an appearance by the one and only Batman, all of which he got.
He wanted people to come together and celebrate, because he did not like funerals. He'd been to a few of them, and everybody was very somber and sad. And he was like, no. He goes, that my funeral is gonna be a happy time. He knew if you do have a party instead, everybody's gonna have fun. There might be a few tears shed, but it'll be a good thing.
It's a little bittersweet. So, we're so honored that the community helped us put all of this on. We're just hoping that, he's looking down from his gorilla in his tree and is happy with what he sees.
Recently, Garrett's Story became a children's book titled Dirty, Stupid Cancer.
The first time the author called and gave me a run-through, I just cried the entire time. It was just so beautiful and so hard to listen to.
The book uses words and phrases pulled directly from Garrett's obituary.
If you asked what he hated the most, he would be ready to answer, because nothing else compared at this point to dirty, stupid cancer. The illness will never define us, in spite of what others may see. Be strong and fight hard like Garrett, for we are who we choose to be.
Garrett's Story is rooted in Iowa, and reporter Cynthia Fodor spoke with us further about this little boy's life and legacy.
You do these stories on death every day, so-and-so was killed in a car accident or a house fire. But to actually talk to the person before they're going to pass, and especially a 5-year-old child who was so perceptive and seemed to know what was going to happen to him, it was just very difficult. Talking to his mother was the hard part, because she, of course, just started to cry. And I'm a mother of an only son. And as a parent, you just can't even imagine what she's going through.
And did you attend Garrett's celebration of life?
I was not able to attend, but he had a very unique funeral, that's for sure.
Yeah, we know he had bouncy houses, snow cones, and Batman. But do you know of any other unique elements that were part of his funeral?
He liked the movie Thor, and he wanted a funeral like the one he saw in that movie, where the mother was laid to rest in a boat and then sailed over a waterfall, and then the boat was lit on fire by a flaming arrow. Can you imagine when his parents heard that? It's like, okay, That's what you want for your funeral. But somehow his father built a boat to carry Garrett's ashes to a pond at a neighbor's house, and then they had a friend who was an archer actually shoot a flaming arrow at it. So it's interesting that a 5-year-old did not want a funeral where everybody would sit around crying and being sad. He wanted a happy celebration of life, and that's exactly what it was.
Right, and his story is being shared through this children's book. What has the response to that been so far?
Happy to have it right here. Well, the book was written to encourage other sick children to be strong, and particularly those struggling with cancer. And the message, of course, is, to keep fighting, don't give up. And I think that's one thing you really learn from Garrett. He could have just laid there in bed and drowned in his own suffering and misery, but he got up every day. He tried to do something funny to make people laugh every day, kept a sense of humor. So I think kind of a behind the scenes message for all of us is to take each of these stories and try to inspire others.
We'll be sharing a link to Garrett's full obituary if you'd like to give it a read. We'll also share a link to his book, Dirty Stupid Cancer, for those of you interested in purchasing a copy. Until next time, I'm Alexandra Stone, and this has been your Weekly Dispatch. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like this video for more dispatches from the middle.